In this video, we will recount 3 lost treasure stories from the Old Southwest, that arid land of sandstone and cactus, where gunslingers and vaqueros, slaves and Apache, hoped, dreamed, toiled, and died under the sweltering glare of the desert sun. Our first and oldest story has its roots in the mid-19th century, in the sun-scorched deserts of northeastern Texas. Gold and silver, precious metals of great worth, have always enticed individuals to hide them away, even in times long past. It was no different over a century ago when a band of slaves and their master concealed a trove of gold coins and bars of gold and silver. This magnificent treasure, it seems, remains undiscovered to this day. The tale of this hidden fortune was shrouded in secrecy until a chance encounter between a young carpenter named James William Oscar Miller and an elderly African-American gentleman. Miller, a man in his early 20s plying his trade in Paris, Texas at the turn of the 20th century, crossed paths with the former slave. The aged man, burdened by the weight of his years, wished to unburden himself of a long-held secret before departing this earthly realm. He confided in Miller, revealing that he had assisted in burying a treasure just prior to the outbreak of the Civil War. The cache consisted of gold coins and bars of gold and silver, carefully concealed within an ancient 3-legged wash cauldron. The lid was camouflaged with cowhide, and the entire vessel had been interred beneath a leaning tree on the banks of Pine Creek, near the present location of Paris, Texas. For years, this knowledge had remained confined to a select few former slaves, but the old African-American gentleman felt compelled to disclose the truth, as the rightful heirs to the treasure had either perished or departed. Just before his passing, he led Miller to the purported location of the treasure, convincing the young carpenter of the story's veracity. In the year 1924, when Miller had reached the age of 39 or 40, he encountered a local man with a part-time occupation as a geologist. Equipped with an array of instruments, including a mineral rod, Miller shared his secret with the man, and together they embarked on a quest to unearth the hidden wealth. Alas, their efforts proved fruitless, as no trace of the treasure was found. Neither Miller nor the geologist resumed their search for the elusive fortune, and Miller kept the location a closely guarded secret, divulging it to no one else. Although Miller has long since departed this world, it is entirely possible that a wash tub brimming with untold wealth still rests undisturbed on the banks of Pine Creek. Our next story transports us to the dusty scrub of western Arizona, to the country outside La Paz near the outbreak of the Civil War. In 1870, William Rhodes, a man of great wealth, met a watery demise. Yet when his estate administrators tallied up his finances, they could only account for a meager sum. The rest, it seemed, was cunningly concealed on his sprawling ranch, known as Rancho de los Yumas. It was common knowledge that Rhodes guarded his gold, keeping it close at hand. Rhodes had been one of those fortunate souls who always seemed to be at the right place at the right time. When gold was discovered in La Paz, Arizona, he was among the first prospectors to arrive. With the proceeds from his successful prospecting endeavors, he established a ranch on the east side of the Colorado River, midway between La Paz and Yuma. Rancho de los Yumas flourished under his watchful eye, and Rhodes ventured into various business ventures. His bountiful cattle herd supplied beef to the military and the townsfolk of La Paz. His diligent workers tirelessly cut and transported wood to a nearby landing, where paddle-wheel steamboats eagerly purchased it. Rhodes amassed a considerable fortune, carefully squirreling away most of his wealth on his ranch. After his demise, his foreman and 2 daughters scoured the property in a relentless search for the hidden treasure. Alas, their efforts proved futile, and not a single penny was discovered. However, an intriguing incident occurred in 1897 that seemed to validate the rumors of a hidden cache on the ranch. While chopping wood, a Mexican laborer stumbled upon a can filled with $1,000 in coins at the ranch site. The can had been cunningly concealed within one of the sturdy adobe walls. Regrettably, being illiterate, the Mexican discarded the accompanying papers, oblivious to their potential significance. To this day, the majority of Rhodes's treasure remains elusive, patiently awaiting discovery in its secret hiding place. Our third and final tale is set further to the south, in the Chihuahuan Desert of north-central Mexico, in the early 20th century. when General Pancho Villa and his revolutionary army were exchanging bullets with Federales for control of El Aguila Real. In the arid expanse of the Mexican desert, where the sun's wrath is unyielding, lies the city of Torreon. Within the cracked walls of an ancient house, a tale of hidden fortunes unfolds, hearkening back to the days when the legendary Pancho Villa roamed these lands, plundering both Mexico and the southern reaches of the United States. The sum of money concealed within those weathered walls remains a mystery, lost to the annals of time. Yet it is said to be the very lifeblood of the 7,000-man Federal Division that valiantly opposed Villa's relentless advance in the spring of 1914. Coahuila and Durango, Mexican states embroiled in the turmoil, bore witness to this storied payroll, a treasure trove of gleaming gold coins. Luis Aguirre Benavides, now aged 85 and still tethered to his family's wine business, unveiled the enigmatic tale in a recent newspaper interview. Once the trusted secretary to President Francisco I. Madero and his brother Gustavo A. Madero, he stood at the heart of the political whirlwind. It was during this time that fate intertwined their lives with that of the audacious Pancho Villa, a rebel general reigning over the revolutionary forces in northern Mexico. As they marched toward Torreon, Benavides reminisced. A young man by the name of Abdon Perez joined their ranks. Perez, a former paymaster of the federal forces, had defected to Villa's division of the North. In hushed tones, he confessed to having secreted away the federal payroll, vowing to surrender it to General Villa once the city fell. Tragically, fate's cruel hand intervened during the assault on Gomez Palacio, the neighbor to Torreon. Perez, in the throes of battle, succumbed to the first volley of gunfire, sealing his lips forever. As the dust settled and victory was claimed, the search for the elusive gold commenced, yet it proved fruitless. Perhaps as Benavides ponders, the golden treasure still slumbers, awaiting its destined awakening amidst the forgotten walls of that old Torreon house. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.